The Rangers are in trouble. Welcome to the Roundup. Welcome in. It's Monday, July 3rd. Sorry I didn't do the show last night to drop this morning, but I wanted to make sure that they got through the Astros, and let's just be honest, the Astros got through the Rangers. Let's go recap from the earlier this week. Now, we had the show last week talking about who they were playing. They had an 8-game home stand. The Detroit Tigers came to town and pretty much handled business. They ended up splitting, which is crazy, because this is where I was like, the Rangers need to get going. Hammer down, put some distance between you and the Angels and the Astros, and they didn't do that. Unfortunately, Tigers came to town, won 7-2 on Monday. Then on Tuesday, Rangers fought back, won 8-3. Rangers won 10-2 on Wednesday, and then Tigers won 8-5 on Thursday. Now, just absolute disaster, like pitching, relieving, and things like that. The Rangers need bullpen. They need bullpen help in a very, very bad way. I'm sitting there freaking out. My hands are moving around. There's no video for this, but my hands are flying all over the place. I'm rubbing my forehead. But listen up. Help is on the way. It came out later last week. Aroldis Chapman came in from Kansas City. Now, the Rangers had to give up 2 young players for that. It's let's see, we have 25-year-old lefty Cole Reagans and 17-year-old outfielder Ronny Cabrera. That's it, but we needed that piece so bad. You need Chapman. You know, he still has the arm. He's got this big arm, and he's going to help you in the postseason if we even get that freaking far. Because you know what? Let's talk about the Astros coming to Arlington. Not great, man. Not great at all. Friday, Astros beat them 5-3. We're talking 5 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. Rangers put up 3 runs, 5 hits and 0 errors, which is nice. I always like to see that. I could go down the list. I just, when they lose, man, it's just like Marcus Semien had a run, Young had a run, Heim had a run. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a couple hits sprinkled in there. Nothing great, right? Nothing really to write home about. You know, John Ray gave up 5 earned runs. That's kind of painful. It's kind of painful. On Saturday, July 1st, the Rangers fought back, won 5-2. Well, it's always nice, right? You're talking, you know, Marcus Semien had 3 hits along with Jonah Heim. Jankowski had a couple of hits. Tavares had a couple of hits along with Corey Seager. Now, the pitching looked a lot better. You had Eovaldi, all-star Eovaldi on the bump. And you're talking 2 hits, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. That's in 7 innings pitched. Zaborz, I can't say his last name. I don't know, Josh Zaborz. Zaborz? And then Joe Barlow, Will Smith, they all came in and through to finish off the game. Great, right? Grand, wonderful. Then you're thinking everything's fine. Everything's all right. We're doing great here. Nope. Sunday came around, and they lost 5-3. Let's just say it real quick. 5 runs on 10 hits. The Astros just absolutely pounded away. Then the Rangers put up 3 runs on 7 hits and 0 errors. They had a chance going into the 9th freaking inning again, and I'm going to – this was – I think it's like they're 0-30 or 0-31 at this point going into the 9th inning down. They haven't came back yet being down in the 9th inning. So at this point, you pretty much just close it up. And you want to talk about just mind-boggling? I'm like pulling my freaking hair out as I'm sitting here too. Let's talk about today. This was a wild game to be. If anybody was at this game, I'm sure they had a hell of a time. You're talking, the final score was 12-11, Astros. Astros had 12 runs on 13 hits. They even kicked around 3 errors, which is insane. Rangers, 11 runs on 12 hits and 0 errors. Tons and tons of RBIs. Janikowski had a career-high 5 RBIs. Listen, it's just getting down to frickin' pitching and closing out these frickin' innings. You know, Martin Perez, 1 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits and 6 earned runs, and walked a couple while he was at it. Otto came in, 3 1/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. You're sitting there just thinking to yourself, what the hell is going on? Like, what the hell is going on with this team? And pitching, you know, there's not much. You got to go out and, I guess, get another starter. That's what you need at this point. But then again, it's like, where do you want to? You can't spread yourself too thin because you need bullpen help, but you need another starter. It's mind-boggling. It's got me going bonkers. And again, I'm sitting there listening to it, sitting there relaxing because we're dog sitting. So I'm like, telling the dog, hey, easy. Just let's chill out for a second. Let's just listen to the bottom of it. The Rangers were up. They gave up 2 runs. It was 11-10 going into the ninth. They gave up 2 freaking runs. The Astros take the lead, and you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, they'd never come back in the bottom of the ninth, being down. But who do you got up to bat? 3 freaking all-stars. I actually had the damn thing right here. You're talking about Adolis Garcia, Josh Young, and Jonah Heim going to the plate. You're like, if we could get a run, hell, maybe 2. No, Adolis Garcia swings at the first ball, that's an out, or first pitch, that's an out. Jung, I think, hangs around and ends up flying one out, and then Jonah Heim gets called looking on the third pitch. Was it outside? I don't know, man. I don't care, because if it's called a strike, it's an effing strike. And I love Jonah Heim. He's my favorite player right now in the Rangers. I got a jersey incoming very shortly. I do have a soft spot for catchers who can hit, play ball, all around good guys. I love it. So, but yeah, needless to say, I'm not excited where this team is going, and the All-Star break can't get here fast enough. Speaking of what's coming up, the Rangers are going to be taking off. They got a noon, 12:35 game tomorrow up in Boston. So they're going to be in Boston for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then go over to play the Nationals Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they get their little all-star, breather. They'll be off till the 14th. Now, Boston is doing, I would say, pretty good. They just swept the Blue Jays. They had a little problems with the Marlins. They got swept by the Marlins. So they're a little up and down, but to be honest, they're a plus 500 team. You're talking 43-42, got a 506 win percentage. They're 13 games back in the AL East, but let's be honest, the AL East is the toughest damn division in the game right now. They're 21-21 at home, 22-21 away. The last 10 games are 4-6. So predictions on that, it makes me terrified. It scares me, quite honestly, because obviously they're firing all cylinders. Blue Jays aren't a bad team, and maybe they're peaking. I don't know. They're getting ready for that break as well. Then they got the Washington Nationals. All right. Washington Nationals don't look like they're doing too bad. They're not really sweeping anybody, but they're fighting back. They're not really losing series. They're kind of splitting, not dominating, but the Phillies just put up 19 runs on their ass on Saturday. So they got that going for them. Now they aren't a great team by any stretch of the imagination. The Nationals right now in the NL East are 34-49 with a 410 win percentage. They're 22 games back by the Braves. It's a pretty tough division as well. Braves are just dominating. They're 13-27 at home and 21-22 away. Last 10 games are 6-4. Now that's a great record, 13-27 for the Rangers. Hopefully they get on the road. They get these dubs. They're going to need them, because the Astros are full freaking speed ahead. I'd even look to see who they were playing this week, and I probably should do that. I could probably do that right now, because I just want to see, just so it pains me. They got the Rockies coming to town, and then the Mariners. So nothing too terrible, but not great, right? I mean, the Rockies, they're not that great of a team. Mariners should give them a little bit of hell. But, yeah, I'm just not really thrilled about it. Here's something I am looking forward to. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the starting pitchers, the probables right now. For Tuesday, July 4th, you have Dane Dunning hitting the bump, right-hand pitcher, 7-1 with a 2.69 ERA with 51 strikeouts. Then you have John Gray, Wednesday, July 5th, right-handed pitcher, 6-4 with a 3.21 ERA with 73 strikeouts. There you go. You're sitting there looking at the Rangers right now. They're 50-35, and then you have the Sox at 43 and 42. They need to get on this. They need to get on this road trip and just start getting some dubs. I'm not saying sweeping. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying get some freaking wins. Win the series. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk a little bit about the All-Star game. I'll probably have another show next Monday to talk about it, kind of give a preview. But if you were following me on Twitter, you should be. I think it's Texas Rangers Roundup Pod or whatever. Maybe I'll figure out what my actual handle is. But I post all the results. I was going bonkers. I was doing the selection show. It was really cool. Here's your American League starters. Jonah Heim behind the plate. Yandy Diaz, first base. Marcus Semien, second base. Josh Young, third base. Corey Seager, shortstop. Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Randy Arozarena, outfield, and the DH is Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, I mean, like, you got 4 Rangers in the infield, which is amazing. You know, catcher, second base, third base, and shortstop. That was going bonkers. You know, Garcia could have absolutely. Now, he is a reserve. I mean, I was going to tell you about that. He is in the reserves in the outfield. So you're going to see Adolis Garcia play. Obviously, you know, a starter. They put Aaron Judge in. He's on the injured list, and, you know, I'm like, hey, great. You know, he's been out most of the season. How the hell is he an all-star? He got in by his name alone. I mean, he does great when he's in. Don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a player. But I was sitting there looking at him when they said he was starting. I go, well, he's starting. He's not even playing. But, yeah, he's not going to play. He's on injured list and will be replaced. And so you're going to see Garcia in the outfield. Should be a fun time. It's next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So, was it called the 11th? I think it was the 11th. Yeah. Was it called the 11th? I'm just losing my mind. So there you go. There's some all-stars for you. And we'll take a little bit a better look at that as we go. Now, you know, I meant to mention pitching-wise, we only had one, and it's Eovaldi. Eovaldi is the pitcher for the Rangers. He got in there. I meant to keep scrolling, but I just didn't get there, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's the only Ranger there, Nathan Eovaldi. Great for him. I'm so happy to see so many Rangers be a part of this. You know, that you're talking about a huge drought of just like having like one player represented. And it was phenomenal to have this many players out there. Now, predictions for this week, I don't even know if I want to make any, to be honest. I hope they win. You know, they only have 3 games against the Sox, right? So I want them to win 2 out of 3. And I think that the Rangers need to win those 2 out of 3 games. They absolutely do. And then you have the Nationals, which are only 3 games as well, and they need 2 out of 3. They cannot win 1 game from each or win none and come back to Arlington. That's not going to work. That's not how you end strong before the All-Star break. They need it. You need it. We need it. Let's win 2 out of 3. So you're talking 4 wins. You know, let's start getting some distance between us and the American League West. The Astros are now just 3 games back. I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm just here to let you know. The Rangers are now 50-35 with a 588 win percentage, 27-18 at home, 23-17 away. The last 10 games, this is the number that's going to freak you out a little bit, 3-7. Every week we look back at this number, and that number has never been there. It's always been at least 6-4, 7-3. You know what I mean? And now it's scary. It's quite scary. The Astros are in second place, 3 games back, 47-38 with a 553 win percentage, 22-19 at home, 25-19 away, 6-4 in the last 10. Angels 45-41, 5.5 games back. Mariners 40-42, 8.5 games back, and the Athletics 23-63. Yeah, terrible. 267 win percentage, 27.5 games back. There's really nothing else to talk about. I can't wait for them to get up in Boston and just get going because we need it. We seriously do. And I hope to be back next Monday. You know, we'll recap this, talk about, give a little all-star breakdown, you know, just kind of look at what's going on, make some predictions, maybe some prop bets or something like that. Have a little bit of fun. Hopefully it's not me just sitting here complaining about, you know, the Rangers shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda, you know, type thing. But, hey, love y'all. Hope you have a safe and, you know, happy 4th. Let's go, Rangers. See ya.
Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers!
Thanks for listening to Roundup.